Okay, time for the second equation of the night. This is, I think, going to be my last one for now, and if you guys need any more explanations, I will try to come early tomorrow to the quickest of my ability, even though you guys know I do sleep before class, so I'm usually like either a little bit late or a teensy bit early, but okay. First, let's start off on looking at the equation. So this equation is sodium sulfate, sodium sulfate and barium chloride. So the Na being the sodium and the sulfate being the SO4, barium being Ba, and chloride being Cl. So as you can already tell, we have kind of a fun little thing here. And this one's actually kind of easy. Like you might be asking, what do you mean? This one's easy? Are you crazy? What do you mean this is easy, lady? Actually, yeah. So first, like I always tell you guys to do, is you're going to want to write out each one on the side here. So again, you can write down how many of each is on each side of the equation. So in this case, Na, sodium, SO4, sulfate, barium, or not chloride, barium, and chloride. Okay, so just so you guys know, or just so you remember at least, only certain compounds have the subscript. So like for example, nitrate is nitrogen, or I think it's nitrogen to the third, oxygen to the third. I just say to the third like the power of, but it's really not. It's more of just how many, oxygens consist in that molecule. But in this sense, there is 4 oxygens in the sulfur atom, which they all bond together to create sulfate. So either or, that's why that one is a full compound itself. And all right, so keep in mind both these solutions are aqueous. Again, like I explained in the last one, aqueous is not necessarily liquid. It is in a liquidous form or a liquidated form, but it is more of like acid or acidic, if that makes any sense. It can be acid, base. It's just in that kind of form, I believe. Again, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Okay, so in the equation, we notice that we have 2 sodiums, because sodium in itself is just Na. So you're like, okay, there's a subscript there. So in this sense, that means there's 2 sodiums. So SO4, which is sulfate, there's only 1 because the 4 is a part of the actual like chemical thing itself. We have 1 barium and 2 chlorides. Alrighty, that's good information to know for now. Now let's do this side. Na equals SO4 equals Ba equals and Cl equals, right? Okay, we still recording? Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. Wait, how's my angle? Oh, okay, my angle's fine. Okay. I'm gonna chill out here for a second. Thinking. Okay, so now it's about bonding time. So just to remember, let me get my periodic table out here. So the chemical ionization for sodium is +1. You can even just like write it up here if you want. If you have any trouble trying to find ionization of certain ones, if you guys remember what he taught us, which I doubt because he, again, doesn't explain it very well. So, give me 1 second. Charge. So he doesn't explain it very well, so even I'm confused, like what the fuck are the ionization levels, or what are the net charges? Like I don't even remember, so I just look them up. And I'm sure he'll let you if you like you have to. So, right. So I just looked it up with my trusty little laptop over here. Sulfate is -2, and barium, we can go back to the periodic table with those charges. Barium has a charge of, where are you, barium? You're here somewhere. You're just hiding from me. There you are, +2. And chloride has a charge of, or chlorine has a charge of -1. Okay, so we have a pretty broad board here. We have Na +1, SO4 -2, Ba +2, and -2 or -1 for chlorine. Thing is, and you're gonna think this is kind of cool or kind of crazy, but you don't even really need to know the ionization levels just yet, because the way that I like to look at these and put them together is look at what ones have the same amount of on one side. So do you notice that sodium has the same amount as chlorine is the same amount on the same side as well. Therefore, if you just do this cool little thing and add them together, so NaCl, throw a 2 right in front, plus whichever remaining, which is going to be BaSO4. Yes. See how cool that works? Because then you don't have to worry about adding the subscript 2 or putting them in parentheses, and just throw it right in front and you're good. So you don't got to worry about any of that. That's exactly how the equation is going to look when it's balanced, because you have 2 here. 2, 2, now you have 2 here. 2 Na, 2 Cl, and 1 barium sulfate, or yeah, 1 barium sulfate, yes, 1 barium and 1 sulfate, which those bond together also because of the ionization levels. +2, -2. Those are going to have a strong ionic bond. +1, -1. Again, another strong ionic bond. This right here is a perfect example of, here, hold on, let me write these out. Yeah, this is a perfect example of, what is it? Ionic bonds, because again, they have pretty good charges with each other. So hey, it's kind of like, oh, okay, that works out pretty well. So yeah, so that is what your balanced equation is going to look like. Just to kind of go over it again, because I know I speak very, very fast, but here, +2, because of here, right here. I was going to underline it, but I can't reach it, and right here. Make sense? Okay. Now for the complete equations and the net equations.